Okay, so you've created your basic form, and in this video we're going to look at some of the question types that you can add to that form. So our form today is about gathering our learners' thoughts after a particular lesson. So I'm going to start off with the first question, which is already set up for me, and it's going to be a multiple choice. So I'm simply going to click where it says question, and I'm going to add in my question. Okay, so I've got my question, so my options are, I'm going to say very well. Now I can hit return and that will automatically take me to option 2. And I just simply continue doing that until I have all my options in there for the learners to choose from. Now, once I'm happy with my questions, if I scroll down, I can see I've got a number of options down here. And the one that I'm interested in is required because I don't want them to be able to move through this quiz and skip this question because I need to have an idea around what the learners thought. You can see I've missed out a capital, so just by clicking back into the area, I'm able to go in and edit it. So I've added my first question, which was a multiple choice. To add a second question, there's a lovely plus sign here, and that allows me to add a second question. This time, I'm going to choose a checkbox question. Now, checkbox questions are useful if you want your learners to select more than one answer. So again, I'm just going to add in my questions and my options. I've added in my questions and I want to see how this looks at this point. So I'm scrolling back up and you'll see up here we have the preview button. So when I click that, it will open in a new window and you can see for my multiple choice, I can only select one, but I am able to select more than one for my checkbox. So I can simply close that off and go back to my survey and continue editing. So I've used a multiple choice and a checkbox now. Now I'm going to add another question and you can see it automatically adds as a multiple choice. If you were interested in adding a drop-down menu, I would use this if you had a large list of options similar to multiple choice and you wanted the learners just to select one because it allows you to add in a big list. You're used to seeing this if you have to select a country, for example, when you're doing something. Okay, now, so I've got another question here. I'm sticking with multiple choice and this question is, would you like more help? And you can see it's giving me some options. So I'm going to say, yeah, I want to add yes and I want to add no. I don't want maybe because I want a definite decision. And it's really good that the AI is doing its job here, where it's working in the background and trying to figure out what my quiz is about. And then up here, what I want to do is I'm going to duplicate this question. Now I do that by clicking on the duplicate button. Now it's not where I want it to be, so I need to move it. And you see when I hover over those 6 dots, I get this little option to move it. So I'm just going to move it down. So it's under, would you like more help? And I'm just going to change the title of this to I would like more help with. And that means then the learner can check all of the ones that they want. And then finally, for this quiz, I'm going to add another question. And instead of this being a multiple choice, I need some more information from my learners around what it is, the help that they require. So I've got 2 options for that for free text. I can choose a short answer, which allows them to put in a little bit of information, or I can choose a paragraph. I'm going to choose the bigger option here because I want as much information from them as possible. So I change that to paragraph and you can see it is simply question. And I'm just going to put in here, describe what help you require. Okay, so that's me. I've built up my quiz by using different types of questions. And when I'm ready with my quiz, I can use that preview button to see how it looks. How well do you feel you understood the topic? Now you'll notice there's a red dot on that one, but not at any of the other ones. And that has reminded me that I haven't selected required. So I'm going to go back to my quiz now, and I'm going to say, oh, this question is most definitely required. This one is required. This one is required. And my final one is also required. So just a wee tip there that when you preview it, it allows you to see whether or not you've set it to required, and that little star will be your reminder. Okay, so that's the basic questions that you can use in a Google form.